What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon, the crypto universe. Today is Monday, October 23rd, and right now is 7:40 p.m. Pacific time. Why am I making this video so late in the day? Because usually we make our videos during the daytime. Well, it's none other that Bitcoin has literally pumped over the past 24 hours, up 14%. We are literally watching Bitcoin reach new all-time high levels. We're going to cover in this video really quickly why possibly Bitcoin is pumping. Could we expect it to pump even more, or could we expect a dump pretty soon? I'm going to share with you at the very end of the video my price prediction, again, not financial advice, but some predictions of what we could expect in the short to immediate term, considering that Bitcoin right now is on a parabolic move. Now, with that said, before we begin, you need to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page. And most importantly, please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So right now, as you can see, Bitcoin used to be around 31,000 just as of today. Literally has jumped up 4,000 since then. Now, when we look at the 7 days that have gone by, Bitcoin is actually up 21%. The only other cryptocurrency that's even close to that percentage is Solana, which is up 31%. But nonetheless, the king of crypto, aka Bitcoin, is up 21%. And guess what? In breaking news just now, Bitcoin has officially hit 35,000. We have not seen Bitcoin at this level for over a year. It's crazy. Now, there's a reason why Bitcoin is pumping and why it could possibly continue to pump, and that's because of this. Now, news broke out earlier today that BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust is now listed on the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation with the ticker symbol IBTC. As you can see right here, IBTC is right here. This is crazy. And what does this actually mean when we actually see this on the listing platform? So when this ticker symbol is going to be approved and listed on Nasdaq, this is what it actually means. So this was actually reported by Eric. Now, Eric said that the BlackRock iShares or IBTC Trust has been listed on the DTCC, which is the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, which clears Nasdaq trades. Now, under the ticker symbol IBTC, it adds, again, all part of the process of bringing an ETF to the market. So this is exactly why we're seeing Bitcoin pump the way that it is. And the fact that a Bitcoin ETF is literally right around the corner, people were expecting that this was going to happen maybe first quarter of 2024, between January through March, before the Bitcoin halving in April. But now we're actually saying it could happen a lot sooner. Between October through December, we may see a ton of ETFs approved. But let's just not talk about that, because there was also another reason why we had pumped massively from 31,000 to up to even 33,000. And it was because of this. We had some liquidation. So people who were either longing or shorting Bitcoin, they were basically liquidated. So $135 million worth of shorts on crypto were liquidated in the past hour. That was earlier today. And what happened as a result? You saw that people were covering their positions, saving their necks, and having to buy it back in just to save that position. So we saw this big green God candle literally rise from the ashes. And that's the reason why we're seeing Bitcoin reach new levels of 2023. Now, in other news, we do know that sooner or later, Fidelity Digital Assets is going to be passing a Bitcoin ETF at some point. Because we do know that right now they're one of many people who have filed for Bitcoin ETFs. And they're saying right now that Bitcoin's price is heavily discounted. And it's very true in some way, because Bitcoin used to be at 65,000 when the whole cryptocurrency market used to be at $2 trillion. Now, when we look at the overall ETFs that are being applied right now, we can see that there are all these institutions and hedge funds, probably even family offices, right? We got BlackRock, Fidelity, Invesco, Franklin Templeton, Wisdom Tree, VanEck, Global X, ARK Invest, most importantly, because their deadline's by January for them to be approved, but most likely could happen sooner. And then we also have to talk about the most obvious thing, which is Grayscale. Now, all of this roughly is around $17 trillion in assets, but not all 17 trillion will go into it. That's just how many assets that they hold. But we got to talk about Grayscale, because we do know that right now Grayscale's Bitcoin ETF could be coming soon, because right now the Grayscale Trust, which holds a ton of Bitcoin shares from their investors, is now going to be converted to an ETF pretty soon. Now, when exactly is that going to happen? Well, we had some breaking news today regarding that as well, because the U.S. Court of Appeals has ordered the Security Exchange Commission to review Grayscale Spot Bitcoin ETF application. That's super important because sooner or later, this application, once approved, it's going to join all the other ETFs following in line. And then we also have to talk about if you invested in Bitcoin in the very beginning of the year up until now, you literally would be up 107%. This is happening while the dollar is being inflationary, while we have high interest rates within the United States and probably around the world, where the dollar literally is becoming just trash cash. So right now we're seeing that Bitcoin is king of crypto and Bitcoin is the way. All roads lead to Bitcoin. Now let's talk about MicroStrategy. Yes, MicroStrategy has literally been buying Bitcoin during the bull market and the bear market within cryptocurrency. They've just been accumulating. They've just been buying as much as they can. Michael Saylor, who is the CEO of the company, has continued to buy enough Bitcoin so he can allow his investors to have more exposure to Bitcoin. Because in some way, if people buy MicroStrategy shares, they have exposure to Bitcoin, which helps their value, their store value, and also to fight against the hedge of inflation. So that's another reason why we follow MicroStrategy. And right now they're in profit, roughly around 570 million in profit. Now, when we talk about the SEC, right, they're the only ones holding back the whole Bitcoin ETF being passed within the United States. And lately they've been losing the battle. Judges from across the country have been in favor for crypto companies or crypto-based companies. And right now, even Hester Pierce, who's a huge advocate of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, who is also the commissioner within the SEC, said in this clip, basically, she doesn't even understand the reason why we haven't approved a spot Bitcoin ETF at this very point. It actually ended up mystifying her. Now, you stuck around to the very end of the video to hear my conclusion and statement and also kind of price prediction where we could see Bitcoin. So right now, if we look at this overall chart, you can see here that right now we kind of broke out of this trend. So as you can see, these blue lines right here, we broke out of that trend, meaning we could have seen levels up to around, say, 22,000 up to around 30,000 within this range, because again, those are going to be the support levels. But right now it broke out of that, and that's where there's this green candlestick right here. So now we're starting, like with this green trend, a new ascending trend. So right now what we really need to do, really important, is that we actually need to be above the 50% Fibonacci retracement. What does that actually mean? We need to be around 36,000 or higher to visit new levels of around 43,000 and even 54,000. Again, you're going to expect some price volatility up and down until then, but that's what we're seeing. And the highest peak that we could see it even reach is probably around its old high time levels around 67,000. But either way, we're going to see some complete FOMO happening during this peak. Now, you could expect that even though right now we're experiencing a lot of euphoria and FOMO, don't forget there could be another liquidation phase, meaning that people are probably feeling so bullish around this that there are traders out there waiting for you to get liquidated so that maybe the price could actually dip down even further from here. We don't actually know right now, but right now people are just on the train. People right now are absolutely bullish around the ETFs. The fact that BlackRock has an IBTC and Nasdaq and all these other spot Bitcoin ETFs applications that are waiting to be approved, waiting in line. This is the bullish sentiment that we're seeing right now. So overall, I think we could revisit the levels that we did at the all-time highs, but sooner or later, between now and 2030, we're going to see Bitcoin hit prices up to 60, 100, 150, 200,000. Who knows how far we can go? But again, there's a limited supply. But don't forget, Bitcoin has a Bitcoin happening on April 2024. So when that does happen, there'll be less in supply. So that's why all these applications are trying to get approved right now before April. So guys and girls, let me know your thoughts down below regarding our price prediction, and also where do you think Bitcoin's price is going to go by tomorrow, by the end of the week, by the end of the month? I want to hear those comments down below, and I cannot wait to read them. So with that said, be sure to like that button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page to receive all of our alpha calls, both buy and sell orders, both NFTs and cryptocurrencies, especially around our Bitcoin trades. Until then, I'll see you guys and girls next time.